we are going to learn the desert song. Let's start with the verse. There are 3 chords in the verse. The first chord is an A minor, and you've probably played this chord before, and you've probably played it like this, or you've played it like this. Well, I'm going to teach you a new fun voicing. A voicing is the order in which we play the notes in the chord. So in the voicing we're going to use for this song, in the left hand, we will use a 1 and a 5 pattern. You will need to be familiar with your tetrachord plus a whole step to learn this song. It'll make way more sense if you do. Now the reason I say a 1-5 pattern is because when we form our tetrachord, here's the 1 and here's note 5, and that's a 1-5 pattern. In the left hand, we are going to keep our hand stuck in a 1-5 pattern to play all these chords. So just get your hand used to this position, the 1-5 pattern in the left hand. In the right hand, you may have played this version, a first inversion of an A minor chord. What we're going to do is take away the E right there so it sounds like this. And we have a 3 and a 1 of the tetrachord right here. And the reason I say that is because if we form our tetrachord and then remember to make it minor, we lower the third a half step, so there's your A minor chord. This is the third note. We're going to have the third note on the bottom and put the first note at the top, and then we will take away the 5th note. So I have a 1-5 and a 3-1 pattern. Now see this pattern? We are going to use this pattern throughout the entire song. So if you had your hands stuck in this pattern, you could play this song quite easily. So here's your A minor chord. The next chord in the song is a G chord. We are just going to take the entire pattern and move it down a whole step. So here was your A minor, and here's your G. And for the F major 7, you're going to move your left hand down another whole step. Just keep your left hand in 5ths. And in the right hand, if we play an A minor chord with an A, a C, and an E in the root position, that makes an F major 7 chord. So here's how it goes, starting at the A minor chord. This is my prayer in the desert, when all that's within me feels dry. This is my prayer in my hunger and need. My God is the God who provides. For the intro of the song, we will use these 3 positions that I just showed you, and we'll add a little bit of movement. The left hand will remain the same. It'll just walk down in 5ths like this. The right hand is going to go like this. So watch the right hand one more time. It's the same position that we discussed with the 3rd on the bottom and the 1 on the top of the tetrachord plus a whole step. And you'll start with the top note first. So here's what it sounds like when we add the left hand with it. Now if you wanted to make it interesting, you've got a whole keyboard. Why don't you move this pattern to the top for the intro and then bring it back down an octave when you start singing the verse. So the intro could sound like this. Then here comes the words. This is my prayer in the desert, when all all the verses will be played the exact same way with those 3 chords in this position. Now, let's take a look at the chorus. We are going to use the exact same pattern in the chorus that we did in the verses, but we will use the different chords, and we will add a little bit of movement to it. So, the first chord in the chorus is the C chord. And here's our 1 and 5 in the left hand of the C chord. And then form our tetrachord. Look at this is the 3rd, and then we're going to flip the 1 on top. And that's how we get this voicing, a 1, 5, 3, 1 voicing. And we will use these voicings for the whole chorus. Here's the C. I will bring praise. And here's the A minor. Just keep both hands stuck in these positions. I will bring praise. This is the A minor. No weapon formed. Here's the F chord. Formed against me. And there's the G chord. Shall remain. Again, that's a 1 and a 5 of the tetrachord plus a whole step in the left hand. And then a 3 and a 1 of the tetrachord plus a whole step in the right hand. The next chord in the chorus is the E minor, so we'll move this whole thing down over here. I will rejoice. And then the A minor. I will declare. God is my, here's the F, victory and He is. Then you can go back into the intro again. Okay, so now let's add some movement to that chorus. So here we have our 1, 5, and 3, and 1. This is the way we can add some movement to the chorus. Just like that. And here's how it would be in the A minor position. And here's in the F chord, G chord, and then the C chord. And then, of course, in the E minor chord, it would look like this. And then the A minor. And then here's your F chord. And then your G chord. And then you would be back at the intro again. So here's how the chorus would sound if you were to sing with it. I will bring praise, I will bring praise, no weapon formed against me shall remain. I will rejoice, I will declare, God is my victory and He is here. So now I will do a verse and a chorus together so you can hear what that sounds like. And I'll start out with the intro. And we'll bring the intro up an octave higher just to make it a little bit more interesting. This is my prayer in the desert when all that's within me feels dry. This is my prayer in my hunger and need. My God is the God who provides. I will bring praise, I will bring praise. No weapon formed against me shall remain. I will rejoice, I will declare, God is my victory and He is here. Then you can go into the next verse. This is my prayer in the harvest. Okay, so let's take a look at the bridge. All of my life, in every season. The first chord is a C chord, and we're just going to use the exact same pattern that we've been using with the 1, 5, 3, 1. All of my life, in in every season. The A minor is the next chord. You are still God, and I have a reason to sing. There's your G chord. I have a reason to worship. So there are all the nuts and bolts you need to play the desert song. Have fun with it. It's a really beautiful song.